Good evening, everyone. Today, I want to explore a topic that forms the backbone of economic decision-making and resource management: costs. Whether you're running a business, managing personal finances, or studying economics, understanding the types of costs is vital. Costs come in various forms, each with distinct characteristics and implications. Let's embark on this journey to uncover the intricacies of different types of costs, their definitions, and their roles. To begin, let us consider the concept of fixed costs. Fixed costs are those that remain constant, irrespective of the level of production or sales. Picture the rent of a factory or office space. It doesn't fluctuate based on how many units of a product are manufactured. These costs provide stability, acting as a baseline that businesses must account for. Fixed costs also include salaries of permanent staff and insurance premiums. They offer predictability but can be challenging during periods of low production or revenue. On the other hand, we have variable costs, which contrast sharply with fixed costs. Variable costs change in direct proportion to production levels. For instance, raw materials, electricity for machinery, and packaging costs increase with higher production and decrease when output is scaled back. Managing variable costs effectively requires adaptability and close monitoring of market demand. Next, we delve into direct costs, which are easily traceable to the production of specific goods or services. Examples include wages for factory workers who assemble products and the cost of raw materials used in manufacturing. Direct costs are essential in determining the profitability of a product line or service, allowing businesses to make strategic decisions about resource allocation. In contrast, indirect costs are not directly tied to a single product or service, but are necessary for overall operations. Administrative expenses, utility bills for office lighting, and salaries for support staff fall into this category. Indirect costs may seem secondary, but they play a critical role in maintaining the infrastructure and smooth functioning of an organization. Opportunity costs introduce a thought-provoking dimension to decision-making. These costs represent the value of the next best alternative foregone when a choice is made. For example, if a company invests in a new product line, the opportunity cost is the profit it could have earned from investing in another project. Opportunity costs prompt us to weigh options carefully and consider the implications of our choices. Then there are sunk costs, which have already been incurred and cannot be recovered. An example might be the expenses related to market research for a project that was later abandoned. Sunk costs are crucial in reminding us to focus on future potential rather than dwelling on past expenditures. Moving forward, we encounter marginal costs, the additional cost of producing one extra unit of a product. Marginal costs are key in pricing strategies and understanding how production scales. They help businesses identify the optimal level of production where profitability is maximized. Adding another layer of complexity, we have implicit costs. These are not recorded in financial statements, but represent the value of resources that could have been used elsewhere. For instance, the time an entrepreneur invests in their business instead of a salaried job is an implicit cost. Explicit costs, in contrast, are clearly documented and involve direct monetary transactions. Rent, utilities, and payroll are explicit costs that provide a transparent view of a company's expenditures. Lastly, we cannot overlook social costs. These are costs that society as a whole bears due to certain activities. For example, environmental pollution from a factory imposes health-related costs on the community. Social costs highlight the need for ethical and sustainable practices in business operations. As we conclude this overview, it becomes clear that understanding the types of costs is not just about financial management, but also about strategic thinking and ethical responsibility. Each type of cost offers valuable insights into the dynamics of decision-making, resource allocation, and societal impact. I urge all of us to consider these costs in our daily lives, whether we're analyzing business strategies or making personal choices. By recognizing and managing costs effectively, we pave the way for greater efficiency, profitability, and sustainability. Thank you for your attention, and I hope this exploration of costs adds value to your understanding and decision-making processes.